Hello, Libra. Welcome to your monthly reading for May 2025. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it, Libra. There is so much going on, and I am so excited for you. Listen. Well, first of all, if you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I tell you about a couple more aspects. I pull more cards, and then we do the second spread. But Libra, welcome to an incredibly historic, epic changing, epic making era, making all that month. This is going to be amazing. It's this huge, profound shift that's happening this month that you or me, that nobody on this planet has ever experienced. As we've been going through that, right, since March, but here we are. This is big, okay? A landmark month because Saturn moves into Aries. Now, I'm going to break that down because it is bonkers, right? If you recall from your 2025 forecast, remember, this is the year of 9. This is the year of the snake. This is the age of ascension, the year of the Great Awakening. It's all starting now. It started in the middle of March, but now you're going to see what's happening. Remember, this is really big. You are changing. Humanity's changing. You see the shifts that are happening with the collective. The year of the 9 is humanity. But remember, it's the end, right? Preparing for 10. The big year. 2026 is the big year. But remember the 4 C's of this year. Community, collective, consciousness, courage. All right? And why is this such a big year? Is because the 4 outer planets, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they're all changing signs in the most compact, compressed time frame we've ever seen. Yeah, they're all moving into fire and air. Yeah, they're all moving from feminine to masculine, and they're all aspecting. What? At that 0 degree point. What? 0 degrees is the critical degree. It is the world axis, is the degree of creation. It's a degree of great change and new beginnings. It's the beginning of the beginning. And you know that we're literally leaving the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And when I say this is big, and this is, Libra, this is why I have been talking about mid-March, to remind you something's bear repeating. Because remember, you're on that wave, and now here you arrive. This is it. All right. So, new area in your life, brand new era. I'm looking at what's going on for you. I'm like, Libra, what? This is absolutely amazing. This is gonna be your best month. All right. So this is one of the best months of 2025. All right, and it is going to be bonkers because not only is Saturn moving into Aries, the first time in 30 years, Saturn is joining Neptune in Aries. The first time in hundreds of years. So we have to consider this special. Expect great change, especially for you. When I see what's going on for you, I see you getting everything you want now. You have gone through so much. You want to go back to, we go back to 2008. We can go far back, Libra. You're about to, I'm just so excited for you. Things are about to change for you in really big ways. Great new beginnings. Okay, so actually, please look at my live streams where I do channeling, where I do predictions, where I talk about the geophysics of this earth, where I give you, world predictions, all of that. The world is changing, but you play a part because you are part of the collective, which is, like I said, shifting and awakening, and you are awakening. Therefore, you're having greater power. So remember, how will you contribute? Okay? How will you contribute to the collective, to humanity, to your family, to your squad, to your partner, wherever this is? And when I say partnerships, this is going to be big for you. All right? So look at May. Remember, there's stuff a lot on the other side. Even this is such a jam-packed month. I couldn't even fit everything on it. As always, there are no oppositions in May. Okay? Wow, that's amazing. So we are also leaving the intensity of April, and there's only 2 squares, 2 or 3 squares, piece of cake. All right. And remember, those are outside of the lunations and the asteroids. Those are just planetary aspects. Now, remember the first 2 weeks of May is Taurus season. So, that is very grounding. Please spend time in nature. Realign your frequencies. Spend time in nature to heal. But because it's Taurus season, it's all that earth energy. With that said, when I see what's going on for you, you're already fired up. You're amped up. You're 10 steps ahead. You are feeling ambitious and tenacious and empowered and enthusiastic. Okay? Because you do have Mars and Leo all month long in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. And a fire sign. You have Venus in Aries, fire sign, all month long in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships and legal matters and marriage and one-on-one commitments. And that can be your agent, your publicist. It doesn't matter, just one-on-one, right? But also remember, Saturn is about to join with Neptune, who's already there too. You have a lot happening there. And don't forget, and I dropped these forecasts like a week before the actual month begins. Don't forget, we have a new moon in Taurus. And wow, you're going to feel that the first 2 weeks of May. Remember to set intentions, okay? Because Taurus does rule your 8th house. What does that mean for all Libras? 8th house is the house of transformation, death and rebirth, phoenix rising from the ashes, regeneration, and wealth building. That's the 8th house. When I see what's happening for you, you're going to be in a complete, everyone is. This is that month. Everyone is going to be in a different area, phase, change in their life, but you have it literally in your 8th house. And the 8th house is also really like deep partnerships and relationships, like love, or it can even be career, but you've got a lot happening. And if you're seeking it, just get ready. Get ready. This is going to be big because Mercury, by the way, is going to be in 3 signs this month. When was the last time you saw that? When I say things are moving fast, things are moving fast. Okay, but again, the big news is Saturn moving into Aries the first time since April 1996 to 1999. Think about what happened around that time for you when it comes to partnerships and relationships. But again, now he's going to be with Neptune, and that's a very different vibe from what you may have experienced in 1996 and 1999, all right? So what's happening this month? Again, history making. And remember, the blue asterisk, the best aspects of the month, that will be this is a bonkers month in terms of it being so auspicious and encouraging, and there's enormous progress and joy. And if you are taking notes, go ahead and circle the entire last week of May. There's just so much happening there where it's mind-blowing, okay? If you haven't experienced great change yet, and you have since mid-March, you will. This is it. Okay, so I really want you to get excited. And remember, this is all building up to June. Remember, June is also one of the best months and the luckiest month of 2025. And I'll leave you some breadcrumbs along the way. So please just get excited. I mean, this is big. Now, one thing that I do have to address, Libra, because I still get a lot of comments about this from y'all, all right? About your sun and your rising and your moon. Listen, I talked about this in one of my last live streams. Just look it up. It's in the playlist, okay? It's in the title, sun and rising, all right? Just keep that in mind, all right? That's where you'll get all the answers. Yes, you have to read both your sun and your rising because that completes the full picture, your horoscope. The sun is only 50%. The rising is the other 50%, okay? And you throw the moon in there too, okay? Because that's what you want to do. Please, and if you don't know your rising, I tell you how in that live stream, okay? If you don't know your birth chart, I tell you how to get it. Everything's in that video. Please do that, all right? And again, your moon is hugely important. I've given you examples of how these aspects will affect your moon, okay? Because I've told you that there are many times, even throughout the week, throughout the month, a lot of the lunations, the lunar aspects, you will feel that more than the planetary aspects. So please, and that's why I do the second spread with the lunations. So please read for your moon too. And even here, of course, what I tell you is going to affect you, but when you read your moon sign, that's specific to you. That's specific to you, all right? And that is when you feel like, are you feeling emotional? If you're feeling really emotional, emotionally charged, emotionally extreme, even burnout, or emotionally drained, or defensive, or you feel your maternal side coming out really strong, or things are going on at home and family and your loved ones or relationships, or your intuition is off the charts, that's your moon. That's your moon. Okay? So keep that in mind, because there are, again, so many comments about that. And, some people say, like, oh, nothing, registered for me for the month. I'm a Libra. I'm like, did you read your rising? It's 50-50. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. I just have to say it for every time, because I just so many comments about that. But just know, May is absolutely amazing, and you are going to love it. And there's something here that's so special, and just a kindly, gentle reminder that life is a miracle. Literally. We do have the perfect conditions that make all of this, our world, us living, okay? So please take advantage of all that the universe offers, especially in May, okay? Make the best out of it, because life is full of opportunities, and you're going to see that in May. And I want you to take them, okay, Libra? Now, let's dig in. Friday the 2nd, Venus conjuncting Neptune. Amazing. So right off the bat, you get this one-of-a-kind aspect that no one on Earth has experienced, because Venus is conjuncting Neptune in Aries, and this is you're the sign, Libra, where this is truly special. And of course, I'm going to talk more about it next week in your weekly forecast. But again, nobody on Earth has experienced this. Neptune conjuncting Venus in Aries. It's been 164 years. But at 1 degree? What? So first of all, 1 degree is the Aries degree. So there's something that you're initiating here right off the bat. And remember, this is coming right after that new moon, where you're setting intentions. So the fact that Venus conjuncting Neptune in Aries, that is your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, legal matters, marriage, one-on-one commitments. Again, it can be your wedding planner. It can be your Uber driver. It doesn't matter. Whatever resonates with you. You've got this one-of-a-kind aspect in that area of your life. Okay? Please use this. What is this aspect? It's moving the needle forward with your personal goals. All right? And it is you leading the way and taking action for what brings you pleasure. It's Venus. What do you desire, right? But then you throw in Neptune. Venus is the little sister to Neptune, the big sister. That's compassion and art and spirituality and your ideals and imagination and your intuition and creativity. So this is a symphony that's happening right now, because there are a lot of other things happening at the same time. So use this. And I want you to use this in the way of, if there's one thing I'm going to ask you to do, Libra, with Venus, your ruler, and Neptune together in a conjunction that you're going to feel even before May starts and throughout the week, they both represent music. And so sound, as you know, is therapy. It's healing. It's vibrations. So I really want you to play some music that really moves you, that moves your soul around this time. Hemisync as well. I talk about that in my live streams. That will change your life. Okay? Kick up those gamma waves. And both planets represent creativity. At the same time that Mars is in Leo, which is creativity. Create. All right? This is an aspect that is great for artists. It's for singers, for dancers, for actors, for writers, for, moms. It doesn't matter. It's great for everybody, but you're going to feel it. This creative energy that's really strong. And this is a great aspect for building the world that you want to live in. All right? And it does bear repeating time and time again. So you get in the habit of this. Neptune is visual. Visualize. Vision boards. What is your vision? Visualize your goals, your finish line. Put yourself there. Put yourself on that timeline. You create your reality. Venus is money. You want money? Visualize that moment. Visualize the end game. What, like, where you want to be. Venus is love. You want relationships? Visualize. Okay? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's not just spirituality, hermetic principles, manifestation. Visualization is literally science. It's neuroscience. You create new neural pathways in your brain when you visualize. That's why I always talk about vision boards. Please use this, as in plant some seeds. It's at 1 degree, new beginnings. So right off the bat, you've got this portal of inspiration, passion, self-love, and things that have to do with partnerships and relationships. So you're going to feel this enormously in ways that you could not even imagine. Let it play out, but you've got to use this. All right. Now, and speaking of lunations, when I see what's happening for you, a lot of y'all, it looks like a lot of y'all are going to just start new jobs or get new jobs in the beginning of the month, or become famous, because you add up everything that's happening this month. But you see, again, after that new moon, and this is why I talked about the moon. The moon this day will be in Cancer, but the moon in Cancer, the moon rules Cancer, by the way. Cancer rules your 10th house of fame and career, public recognition. Even if you're retired or not working, whatever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for, what is your greatest passion? Because the moon in Cancer is going to trine Venus, trine Saturn, sextile Uranus, trine Neptune, and trine the North Node, your destiny, and sextile the South Node. So I don't make this up. When I say the moon, the lunar aspects are strong, this is really amplifying this energy for you. Please use this. Please use. So a lot of y'all, again, there's a business partner involved here, or there's something really special for you. Now, Sunday on the 4th of May, May 4th, may the 4th be with you. You have Pluto going retrograde until October, okay? Until your birthday season. So that's great. That's fine. When we hear retrograde, we're like, oh no. No, this is good. Pluto, remember, has that intensity. And so this is great because it's just a short period of time. And it's all about you taking time for that inner growth, okay? Remember, Pluto is transformation. And that transformation comes from within. Pluto's empowerment, okay, comes from within. Pluto rules your 5th house of joy and pleasure and true love and romance and family and children and creativity, okay? Because remember, Leo rules that domain that Pluto's in right now for you for the next 19 years. I love this for you. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel Pluto's aspects. Pluto's going to come in strong this month, but you're going to really feel them still. The other thing is I'll tell you, because May 5th, Mercury will sextile Jupiter. This is the only Jupiter aspect, planetary aspect, that we do have this month. So when I say what's happening for you right off the bat is huge, Jupiter, the planet of luck and good fortune and abundance and profit and wisdom and expansion, and sextiles are windows of opportunity. You've got to use this. Mercury is communication, right? And it's in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So this is great for planning your future. How can you expand, right? With Jupiter here, Jupiter is going to help you expand. But whatever seeds you plant, Jupiter is that water. So there's something here with contracts and agreements and one-on-one partnerships and relationships for you that is going to expand. There's something here with travel as well, book publishing and broadcasting as well, and education. I would not be surprised if y'all are learning something new, or if you're becoming teachers, if you're becoming marketers, whatever it is. It's like you're the wise one here. So please use this, okay? Now, Tuesday, well, listen, Venus, exile Pluto, we'll talk about your weekly forecast next week, but that one's big. A lot of this is sex. Venus, exile Pluto is sex, it's romance, it's power and money. Okay, and this is again, there's just a lot of partnership stuff that's happening for you with Pluto in your fifth house of sex and procreation. A lot of y'all are having babies now, and secrets are coming to the surface too. Now, on the 10th, Mercury moves into Taurus. Wow. So Mercury leaves Aries, moves into Taurus. Really good because Mercury is with the sun and bringing that grounded energy. Mercury of the mind, right? So the way that you're thinking, ideas that you have, just grounded and practical and tactical and sensible, all of that. That's all this is in terms of your personal growth and in terms of wealth building and money. Remember, Taurus rules your eighth house of shared resources, joint bank accounts, inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions. Now you got Mercury and the sun here, and in Taurus, that happens to be a finance sign. So you see what's happening for you, Libra? When I see what's happening for you, I'm like, what? Even the fact that Mars left Cancer, that was just like, for you. And now in Leo, it's whoosh, right? And that's your network. You're expanding your network. You're going to see so many Mercury aspects this month. You're going to be very communicative. And that's your, sweet spot. You're so social. And you're going to be building so many bridges. I really like this. All right. So use this in terms of your transformation and building relationships and wealth. It's huge. Now, what this is you just taking a step back and looking at the big picture and your path forward and ask, like, does this make sense? What are the next steps? This is all about gains and profit. All right. Now, the other thing is, remember I said the Sun of Mercury's in Taurus. Don't forget Uranus is here. Uranus is in Taurus too for 2 more months. And then that's it. And that's been since 2018. Have you had shakeups in money? Have you had shakeups in partnerships? And again, when I say that, whatever, it can be love, it can be career. Okay? So this is big. But I mean, I'm not, for a lot of y'all, it was like great shakeups, but a lot of y'all, it brought you to where you are now. Use this. What are your breakthrough goals? That's Uranus, okay? What do you want to shake up for your personal freedom? That's Uranus, the Great Awakener. And hello, the moon will be in your sign this day. You're going to really feel this, okay? Communicate. Now, we get to the big full moon in Scorpio. You're really going to feel this. Yeah, you're really going to feel this. Okay. Obviously, we'll talk about this a lot more in your weekly forecast. Just remember, full moons are points of culmination, reflection, endings, turning points. And if you're new to astrology, moons in Scorpio are already a little bit intense. And now you have a full moon in Scorpio. But what makes this a little bit more like, whoa, is the fact that we do have a Uranus Cazimi, which is the sun conjuncting Uranus, and that only happens once a year. And it's perfecting on the 17th, but it's strong. So you will feel it because it will be opposite this full moon. Okay? And remember, conjunctions, you'll feel like, often like a week before, a week after. Okay? And so, yeah, there's likely going to be some surprises and the unexpected. Maybe with family, maybe with home, maybe with loved ones, maybe even like a female figure, involved here. But it is happening in your second house. So salary, income, finances, material possessions, your material world, things that you value, things that you desire, and self-worth and self-value. So with this full moon, remember something's illuminated. There's something inside you that needs to come out. There's something inside you that needs to be revealed as part of your personal transformation. And remember, Mercury is in Taurus with the sun. We're in Taurus season, a finance sign. Yeah. Scorpio, this full moon in Scorpio in your second house of money and finances. So there can be a big shakeup here. But remember, you can use any aspect. I say it all the time, use these aspects, don't let them use you. So what is the breakthrough that you can have? Okay? Have it. And again, when I see what's happening for you, like I said, a lot of y'all are just, it's almost like you're ending jobs or careers and starting new ones for bigger salaries, more money, or you're doing something here where it may be a side hustle or a side gig. But again, hey, if there's nothing here with money, and again, there's your two money houses, the two money houses in Zodiac Wheel is really activated for you around this time. But if there's nothing here for money, it's all your personal transformation and self-worth and self-value and knowing how much you're worth. Okay? And so be open-minded, be flexible, and let things go. That's what full moons are for. Let things go. Patterns, habits, anything. Just let this full moon illuminate. Remember, we're shedding skin. Think of the death card in tarot, all right? It's attributed to Scorpio. That's this, okay? And there's a lot more to this full moon that we're going to talk about, okay? In your weekly, but the North Node and South Node will be activated here, which is why I'm harping on this. Some of y'all, your job, career, your work, you're changing, okay? You're changing it if you want to. But I see what's happening here, and I'm just like, there's possibly going to be some changes. And remember, if you are here reading for your sun sign, if you are a Libra sun sign, don't forget, and this is why I say you got to read your rising too. Sometimes the sun sign's not about you at all, okay? It could be your partner that decides to change jobs, or it could be your boss, your favorite boss that suddenly leaves, okay? Things like that. So I want you to, by the way, think about what happened November 1st for you. No, the first 2 weeks of November last year, okay? That's the new moon in Scorpio. This corresponds to that. So keep that in mind. And the reason why I am harping on this is because, like I said, that's happening. Sun conjunct Uranus is happening, and Mercury will square Pluto on the same day. And so that is our first square. And that is just really deep. Okay, there's an intensity to that as well. So you're adding this intensity on top of the intensity. And so it can be, I've talked about polarities, okay? Pluto can take Mercury's energies to extreme. And so you want to use this, okay? Because what does that mean? It could be where you're doubting yourself or questioning everything, but you're going in circles and you're putting stress on yourself. So just be mindful, stay frosty, be cool. Oh, this water bottle is in the way. I didn't mean it. I can barely see the video, the thing. And you're going to be fine. Remember, there's just a little bit of a squeeze. Use this. When I say use it, this is what's happening. Mercury will square Pluto. And again, that can be communication. It could be an authority figure that's saying something to you, gives you news, or speaks to you in a way where you're like, I do not like that. And then you fire back. Yeah, that's Mercury square Pluto. But the great thing is, if you can handle this energy with grace, diplomatically, and go within and feel empowered, guess what happens in 2 weeks? Mercury will then trine Pluto. So you got something great waiting for you in 2 weeks, all right? So tap into your inner Mulder, your inner Scully to see the big picture for yourself, okay? Because this is the deep thinker. That's Mercury square Pluto. It is the reporter, the psychologist, the intellectual. It's deep. Yeah. So you want to use it to your advantage. All right. I have Mercury square Pluto in my birth chart. I've worked with it in my entire life. I'm living proof you can use this for you, for the greater good. All right. Now, if you're a cross watcher, or you watch for your rising, your moon, or your sister, your husband, your pet turtle, whatever. Fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, by the way, if you're new to my channel. Y'all are going to feel this the most. And if you know your birth chart, And I'm going to give it a wide orb here because of Uranus. If you have any planets between 20 to 27 degrees in Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, or Pisces, because of the North Node and South Node that's activated, you'll feel it. All right. And again, I'm not going to be surprised if there are secrets that come out this day for y'all. Now okay. So here we go. Saturday. Are you ready for this? Libra, you got the Sun conjuncting Uranus. We are definitely going to talk about this a lot more in your weekly forecast. This, again, it's happening at 27 degrees. It's strong. It's, and that's 9. Remember, I talked about 9. 9's a strong. Anyway, this is big. Again, happens once a year. And with an aspect like this, and remember, you may feel it a week before, a week after, the chances of sudden, unexpected change is very, very, very high when the Sun conjuncts Uranus. Okay? So, it's here to shake things up, but remember what I said. You can use this. If you take this by the horns, you can use this. Shake things up. That's what Uranus wants you to do. Uranus wants you to shake up your routines. Okay? So that's all it is. And remember, this is happening in your 8th house of personal transformation. Yeah. And Uranus is all about freedom. You breaking free from something. Okay? Use this. You got to go deep. It's also wealth building. So there's money stuff here. Everything that I said earlier, investments, inheritance, etc. Okay? And partnerships. And again, it can be business, but there's something here that makes it really strong, and that is Mercury square Mars too. All right, now, and all that really means for you, particularly Libra, is that there may be a friend here, okay, involved, a friend or a group that you belong to, or a community. And I want you to remember, Uranus is still sextiling the North Node in Pisces and trining the South Node in Virgo. What does that mean for, and even sextile Saturn? So you're going to feel that the first 2 weeks really strongly up until June. So remember, the North Node is your destiny. And so whatever happens here is very likely a friendship or a community or a colleague or an employee or a boss. So, or a doctor. It's your 6th house. Or a vet. Okay? It's your 6th house. 6th house is everyday activities, but it's healthcare, it's pets, it's work. So, should anything happen around this time, just know it's meant for you as part of your destiny, because look at what's happening. Look at these. Look how much your life is about to change. So, anyway, Taurus and Aquarius will feel it the most. If you have any planets between 24 to 29 degrees in any of the fixed signs or Pisces and Virgo, or 0 to 5 degrees of Aquarius or Aries, because of what's happening, yeah, you're going to feel this the most. Now, let me just jump ahead. On the 18th, Jupiter will square the North Node and the South Node. We'll talk about in your weekly forecast. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's just more spiritual. And there's just something here with work. A lot of you are changing work or your everyday activities and your routines. Now, on the 20th of May, we officially move into Gemini season. What? You're going to love this. You're going to love this because Geminis are BFF. Fellow air sign. You vibe well here. And Gemini is just like you, very social. So, this energy for the next 4 weeks for you, that's in your 9th house of spirituality, inner wisdom, of teaching, of higher education, of higher mind, of your belief system, how you see things, your perspective. For the next 4 weeks, publishing, broadcasting, and long distance travel, foreign cultures, foreign lands, that's all going to be highlighted, but your communication is going to be on point, okay? This 4 weeks, you're going to have moments of, I've got to know, but also, whoa, I've had so many great job interviews, or, oh, I've had the most stimulating conversations that's opening doors for me. Oh, I'm killing it on social media, or I just took this short trip that, or even long distance trip that changed my perspective or changed the way that I see something, or I had a light bulb moment, or it changed my life. That is the vibe for the next 4 weeks for you. So you see how things are really going to get stimulating for you, because Gemini season is very intellectually, okay? Gemini is all about the mind, all right? And so it's very, I've got to know, I've got to do that kind of energy. And so marketing, advertising, small businesses, a big focus here, okay? Local community as well, family and travel, all in the name of stimulation, all right? So it's all about power of the mind over matter, and you expanding your consciousness. This is going to be really big. Don't forget, Jupiter is in Gemini, all right? At this point, with the sun in Gemini, so plant seeds and yeah, just again, everything is pushing you into June, which is such a special month. I've told you, Libra. Let me tell you now. What's happening in June? It is the luckiest aspects of 2025 all happen to just be in June. Yeah. And there's Jupiter is moving signs, moving into Cancer, where it's exalted. And so what does that mean? What did I tell you Cancer rules for your 10th house of fame? So starting in June for an entire year, out of all the signs, Libra has become the most famous for what you do. And it is also the house of career. The 10th house is very public facing, by the way. 10th house is whatever you want to be known for and its achievements. So when I say I'm excited for you, Libra, I want you to get excited, because the sun is sextiling Saturn. As soon as we move into Gemini season, again, there's something big with work happening with you or your everyday routines. And then you have Venus trine Mars on the 22nd. What? I told you about this. This is insane. Really insane, because you've got Venus, you got both in fire signs, right? And I told you this. We've had this a couple times. When we get to this point, this is the last one of the year. You know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. Venus is in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Mars is in Leo and your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. What? This is big. And it's also creativity is a big thing here. And again, your social network, your friendships, community. So you could be starting some creative project around this time. This is really big. And yes, of course, it's Venus and Mars, so romance and sex and intimacy. But again, it can be like creative projects or whatever you want. This is just amazing. The sun will sextile Neptune. We'll talk about that in your weekly forecast. That's amazing for you, because let's just get to 24th, 25th, depending on where you live. This is when Saturn moves into Aries. And remember, a lot of these aspects happen, around midnight. So that's why I'm saying, depending on where you live. This is happening 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, where I live. Convert it wherever you are in the world. This is the first time Saturn's been in Aries since 1990s. And Saturn, okay, so this is what makes this just bonkers. Because, yeah, Saturn's moving into Aries, and we'll be here until September. Remember, Saturn then moves back into Pisces for a little bit, but then Saturn moves into Aries February 2026 for a few years. So what does this mean? Saturn is with Neptune, okay? And so from this point and all summer long, up until your birthday season, past a little bit, before your birthday season, up to September, you're getting a preview of what your life is going to be like starting February 2026 and beyond. You've got to take action and plant seeds. Where do you want to be in February 2026, right? You've got this big window of opportunity from this point and all summer, okay? Now, let me tell you the sheer magnitude of what's happening here, just so you get the idea of how big this is. You have Saturn with Neptune. They're together, okay? They're conjuncting, not perfecting. They're conjuncting, so they're together. In Aries, Saturn, Neptune in Aries has only happened 7 times in modern human history. So The last time was 1703. But if you do the math, that's only 7 times out of thousands of years. So when I say this is big, and we can trace it back, the first one was 593 BC. I'm sure it's happened before that, but I'm talking about modern human history. Okay? And so this is really big. And as I explained in your annual forecast, your 2025 forecast, which if you haven't seen, it's big. I said, this is Saturn and Neptune. Just imagine them on, at a club. They're on the dance floor. They're vibing, at the same place, but they haven't met yet. They will meet February 2026 at 0 degrees. The beginning of the beginning, the creation degree, the great reset, the world axis. Never has that happened, ever. Okay? And again, maybe it has. Maybe 4,000 years ago, maybe 5,000, 6,000 years ago. Who knows? Who knows? Modern human history. That's how big this is. And this is why I kept talking about the 0 degree point that you were feeling, okay? Mid-March till this point now. That big wave, it brought you here to Saturn and Neptune together, all right? Now, since the very first microbe formed on Earth, I have told you Saturn is authority, is discipline, boundaries, limitations, restrictions, life lessons, right? Their first Saturn is karma. You work with Saturn, you work with his rules, you learn your lessons, you pass, and you get rewarded, and you move on to the next cycle, and you go through life. And Saturn then brings you that structure and stability and long-term goals and growth and commitments, long-term commitments. And there are no shortcuts with Saturn, okay? Why would you, Libra, know this out of any other sign? Well, maybe you don't, and that's why I'm here. Saturn is exalted in your sign, Libra. A lot of Libras don't even know that. And so this is going to be a cakewalk for you. Cakewalk. And by the way, the fact that he's moving into Aries and you're a fellow cardinal sign and he's going to be with Neptune, cakewalk. You're about to have the best 20 years of your life. The best next 2 years of your life. I did a Neptune and Aries video. If you haven't seen that, please see that to give you a primer before I tell you what Neptune and Saturn together is like. Okay? Please watch that one. Because I did say Neptune and Aries, 14 years. The first 2 years from now until 2027 are the most significant for you. And you've got to take action for where you want to be. Not only February 2026, which is right around the corner, for the next 20 years. Okay? So why is this, again, such a big deal? Well, aside from everything else I just told you, right? That nobody, right? It's a big deal. Well, Saturn and Neptune are now sextiling Uranus and Pluto, which you're going to greatly feel over the summer. Greatly. And Saturn, sextiles are they're easy. They're easy. They're, again, windows of opportunity. And Saturn normally doesn't make things easy for you. And he's making things easy for you all summer from this point forward. Okay? So it's really amazing to see what's happening for you. And I love what's happening for you. Saturn leaving Pisces into your 7th house. You want that. That is what Libras want. That's what you live for. That you are the native ruler of the 7th house. And it's so I'm just so excited for Libras. Okay, so here's the other thing. Remember, did I just hit my the fact that, remember, okay, you've got the planet of authority in Aries, right? The I am of the zodiac. It's your opposite sign. So it is the self-starter. It's all about me, self-sufficiency, leadership, initiation, entrepreneurship, that pioneering spirit, consciousness. Yeah. And again, in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. So you're about to build something long lasting. Okay. Here with Saturn and Neptune and partnerships, relationships, legal matters, everything that I mentioned earlier, marriage. A lot of you are going to get married, like even some like right away, or you're going to meet the one. There's so much happening for you. All right. But just one thing, there is a catch. Okay. It's Saturn. That's all. Okay. Saturn is all about the long term, the long haul, right? And he's all about life lessons, therefore patience. So this is very Mr. Miyagi. That's Saturn. Okay, wax on, wax off. You can't go to that karate tournament because you got mad at the bully. No, you got to learn how to do karate. Yeah? So there's something new that's happening for you right now. This is at 0, 1 degrees, new beginnings. And Saturn saying, hey, you got to do it the long way. Okay. So that's all it is the fact that it's all happening in Aries, Saturn, and Neptune. And Aries is a sign that's fiery, that's saying, no, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now. I'm going to do it now. No, that's the big test here. Patience. Okay. Patience. And you having this fierce, pioneering, driven spirit. And, yeah, Aries does have like a rebellious vibe to it. But remember, you're going to be so happy with what's happening for you. And just remember, I tell you to plant seeds all the time. You can't plant a seed and expect a tree the next day. Patience, okay? And you're going to do the crane. Everyone's going to cheer for you. You're going to win. All right. So I honestly really love what's happening for you. And everything that's happening here is like very slow and steady wins the race. And it's not hit the ground running. It's more like hit the ground speed walking. Okay. And of course, we'll talk about this more in your weekly forecast. But above it all, just remember, you create your reality, Libra. Why do you think people say life is what you make it, right? For thousands of years. That's why I always say you create your reality, and Saturn represents reality. So take action. As above, so below. Where are we? Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm just gonna have to speed talk now. All right. I'm gonna skip a few things. You got the Sun trine Pluto, amazing for you. Mercury conjunct Uranus, once a year aspect. You're about to sign some big contract, meet someone. There's something really big here in terms of wealth and relationships. Mercury then moves into Gemini, where it's in its domicile. You're going to be signing contracts, having big communication. Mercury will sextile Saturn at 0 degrees. So yeah, there's something here that you are signing, a relationship you're getting into. It can be business, it can be career, it doesn't even matter. Saturn brings out longevity for you. This is making things easy for you now. That's insanely amazing for you. And then we get to one of the best new moons of the year. Okay. Of the year. Yes. 2025. Big. This new moon in Gemini will be conjuncting Mercury, trining Pluto, sextiling Neptune, and Saturn. Mercury sextiling Saturn. So the things that you say, the conversations that you have, all right, the contracts that are presented to you long term, in it to win it. What do you want for the next 6 months? Plant seeds, because Mercury will trine Pluto too. A lot of y'all are getting big things happening. A lot of y'all are having kids, families, relationships, true love, creative projects, books. You're writing all of that, art, everything. You're getting it all, Libra. Let's see what's going on for you for May 2025 for Libra. Oh, no, look at that. Yeah, see, listen. Will you trust me on this? When I see what's going on for you, when I say you're about to have the most amazing 2 years, like you're. All right. So, well, the universe wanted you to know that you're good, and everything that I literally said about something new, new beginning, new opportunity, new cycle, new everything. Cups. This is tears of joy. Tears of joy. This is having a baby. This is falling in love. This is meeting your soulmate. This is launching a career in wherever you want. This is, getting a promotion. This is launching your own business. This is everything. This is tears of joy. It's rapturous. Libra, let's see what's going on for you. May 2025. Okay, Libra. Listen, let me just do a time check. Okay. I do a traditional cult across spread. How are y'all doing? Libra, y'all are amazing. Y'all look amazing today. Y'all crack me up. Libras, y'all are so funny. Libra, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. All right. You know I love y'all. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh my fax machine. This is You're good. You're good. Are you using crystals? I got my feldspar. Who knows? Leave a comment if you know what this one is. Ooh, this is the one that So you got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so we already know that something big is happening for you in May. You know that, right? 6 of Cups. You're moving into this month feeling good. Things are feeling good. This is the biggest house in tarot, indicating a lot of comfort, security, protection. You can let your hair down. What did I say earlier? You're finally out of that intensity of April, but you particularly with some of those aspects, you're out of it. Kindness, sharing, harmony, all of this right off the bat. Very nostalgic energy too. Nostalgia is proven to improve well-being and mental health, all that. Have those really wonderful memories come through, but it just seems like there's something from the past that's really moving you now as you move into everything aligning for you, the start in the heart of your spread. And this is a monthly forecast, the entire month. Everything aligning, the stars, yeah, all aligning. You see they're all 8 pointed. Okay, you see that there are 8 stars. What did I tell you about 8? 8 is prosperity, it's wealth and success. And card 17, 1 7 equals 8. Therefore, it is, so this is what's crazy. So it is referring to the strength card, right? Card 8, which is ruled by Leo. Remember, the strength card is with the lion and the woman. And with Mars in Leo all month in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams, what? You're good. This is wisdom. It's healing. It's knowledge. It's great knowledge. It's feeling free. Remember, Uranus is freeing you from a lot of things, all right? Where you can be yourself, your authentic self, and expressive. Queen of Cups in your challenge area, I don't mind it. Listen, again, there's just maybe someone that may be a little emotionally manipulative, someone who may be needy, someone who may be, and again, that full moon in Scorpio is going to illuminate a lot, okay? And so just keep that in mind. The other, and remember, just be very diplomatic and all that, okay? The other thing is when you see what's happening here, there is an element of let's work on self-love too, okay? That's when I see what's happening here, that's all it is, okay? Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Everything starts with self-love. Now, Ace of Swords in your crown. Yeah, you're going to have brilliant ideas, like I said. Breakthroughs. Look at that crown on top of the sword in your crown. I mean, listen, the swords are the mental suit, communication, ideas, big breakthroughs, mental breakthroughs. In the beginning, it's another ace. You got 2 aces. You're running with some big, powerful idea, and there's something forming here. Contracts, agreements, they're happening. 6 of Swords in the root of your spread, yeah. It almost feels like this rite of passage that's happening right before my eyes this month for you. And this is you saying, okay, sure, there's some things that happened that were, I'm letting it go. It happened. I'm not holding on to the past. Look at my finger on the turbulent water and look at the direction they're going where there's no undulation from chaos to calm. Yeah. Again, another card that is just protection. Okay. You and your 2 6s, which is harmony. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're good. You're protected, and you are moving into a bigger, like this wonderful headspace. 2 of Swords in your future. We got to make a decision. Okay, these swords are going to get heavy. So if there's anything, but here's the thing. Remember what this is your card. This card is attributed to Moon in Libra. So please pay attention to, the dates I told you when the moon's in your sign. But anyway, again, it just feels like, remember I said May is a month of opportunities. It just may be a couple different opportunities that come through. Everything's aligning for you, or something that you decide to end for something new, or just even adjust, all right? Or even just prioritize. But again, that self-love, all right? And remember, something new is happening in a big way. It's up to you to be in touch with your intuition, your emotions, have that moment, even when Pluto goes retrograde. That's big for you. Go within that inner transformation, okay? To the point where you're ready to take off that blindfold, all right? There's no urgency here, but like I said, that those swords will get heavy, and you don't want to resist anything. And you see exactly why I'm talking about self-love. She's crossing off her heart. Okay? Let's get to your staff, Libra. This is your, like, what? Libra, y'all are amazing. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, y'all. What is going on? I told you, y'all are social. Y'all the social ones. Tell me what's going on. I want to see what's going on with y'all. Y'all, I'm just like, it's just like when I saw your, I was like, oh my gosh, Libras are. Anyway, okay, let's get to it. Oh, listen, you're good. I can't even look at all this blue. What I talk about wisdom, what I talk about clear skies for you, what I talk about like everything is just calm. I mean, oh my goodness. Look at it. 10 of Wands. Yeah. I know. Drop a wand or two. That's all you got to do. 10 is the end. You feel like you've been going through a lot. Drop a wand or two. That's all you got to do. But in order to do that, you got to trust your intuition. Yeah. You have that self-love. Okay. He can't see where he's going because he's carrying so many wands. Do you know your direction? Do you know, are you taking on a lot? Are you taking on other people's responsibilities? Don't do that. Libra, don't do that. Okay? Remember, you got Saturn moving into Aries with Neptune. Venus is there too. Aries is you. The I am. 10 is the end too. So yeah, you're moving there. You could see clearly a lot of new. 8 of Wands. Who are you? All right. This is a card of excitement and enthusiasm and movement and things moving fast in your external factors area. And so it seems like the universe is supercharging your destiny in this powerful way. You see the wands completely aligned. Okay? Just zipping through the air, everything aligning for you. So not only the stars aligning for you, you got the wands completely aligned. And so we do call these this arrows of love if you are here for love, but wands are whatever you're passionate about, ambitious about, creative energy. Oh, you're going to be fueled. Wands are career too. If you are here for career, a lot of y'all are, because you got the 6 of Wands. This is eminence. This is rising above. This is being seen. This is what I tell you about. You're moving. So what you want, you're going to get. And remember, June is the month of an entire year of fame starts for you. Look at this, a procession. Everyone cheering him on. This is achievement. You're moving in the right direction. Okay. And then you got the Page of Swords. So there you go. In your final outcome, yes, there's messages. Pages are messengers, and especially the Page of Swords. Swords being all about communication. Yeah. So either you're announcing something, or you're very enthusiastic about something new happening here. Okay. You see this alignment, right? And so there is definitely something new. It's a new way of thinking. It is a new perspective. Remember, I said you have all of that happening in your 9th house anyway. Expansion, inner wisdom, but Page of Swords, there is this great enthusiasm in terms of I'm learning this new thing, or I'm in this new career job, and so it is a new way of thinking, or yeah, I'm in this new relationship, and it's like, you know what I mean, like, yeah. But I want you to be social and communicate and open up doors You never know what doors will open, especially with Uranus being very active. Okay, the planet of surprises. You're good. You're 1000% good. I can't even like you. You know you are. This is an amazing month. Let's break it down week by week. You know, the first week we got Venus conjuncting Neptune, as I mentioned, Pluto going retrograde, and then Venus exploring Pluto. Those are really the things. I would really pay attention to, again, remember the moon is going to be in your sign May 8th to the 10th. And of course, in your, the second spread every week, when you do the lunations, we'll talk about that because the moon in your sign, it's going to be aspecting. And so that's the difference. All right. Now, and Mercury moves in Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you for the first week, Libra, of May. Oh, there you go. You got the Three of Swords. There's something ending for sure. And there is this emotional impact, okay? But again, it feels more like you. What I talk about that self-love. So should there be anything, and funny enough, remember, you got your card here, Three of Swords. What I tell you about Saturn and Libra, this card is attributed to Saturn and Libra. It's your card. And so we call it like the heartbreak card. It's a sword suit. It's up here. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't take on so much that you are not doing the things you need to do. Don't take on anyone else's responsibilities. I mean, you can. It's up to you. But if it's to the point where it's burnout, that's not good. All right. So there is going to be something ending in the first week. Okay. It may have an emotional impact, but it may be the best emotional impact, as in, hey, I've worked at this office for 10 years. Everyone, all my colleagues are like family, but I just got the opportunity of a lifetime. My dream job came through. And of course I'm going to take it, but it's heartbreaking because I got to say bye to this family that I've, my colleagues I've known for 10 years. That's what it really does feel like here too. Okay. And remember, that's when Saturn and Neptune get together at the end of the month. Saturn and Neptune is going to tell, and I'm going to talk about this a lot more in your weekly, but just to let you know now, they're going to ask you to get rid of old systems and structures and ways of thinking anyway. So you see, you're already ahead of the game here, right? So anyway, I'll clarify that. Three of Swords. Oh yeah, Two of Pentacles. You got a big decision. Oh, there you go. And then you got the Fool. Card 0. Remember, we're at that 0 degree point. You're good. There's something new that you're definitely moving into. Just don't hold on to the past. Please don't hold on to the past and have that self-love. All right. If you intuitively know there's something new in this breakthrough energy, the Fool is attributed to the planet Uranus. All right. Just to let you know. Okay. Have that breakthrough and have that confidence. You're on a new journey. Anyway, as you know, is happening anyway. Second week, we got that full moon in Scorpio, and we got the Uranus Kazemi. Okay, those are big. And remember, a couple other aspects where you're gonna feel. Second week, you're good. Six of Pentacles is amazing. That's your third six. You know that, right? 6. You got that 6. You got that 6. Oh my God, you got all 4 6s. Oh my God. Did this happen to you last time? It did. Didn't it, Libra? What? Okay, so this is exciting. You get like one of these. You get everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 6 is one of the best numbers. It's so, just think harmony. Okay. I know I'm over time here, but I'm just going to show you something here. I'm going to show you something here in a big way. Remember I said partnerships and relationships, one-on-one commitments, all of that is going to be really big for you. Other people being part of your life this month, it's going to be really big for you. It's like you're on a, sure, this Aries energy is I am, but there's others involved. It's in your 7th house. That includes other people. 6 is the only number in all the pips where you see more than one person. Yeah. Remember the people in the back cheering them up. So, yeah. And that sense of protection, if you want to think about that with 6, You can always see in the sixes, there's always a figure that's kind of towering over others, as in like that protection and being that, you know, security for, do you know what I mean? Like, this is, oh gosh. Okay, so I don't know. That just gets me really excited, Libra. Woo, you were good. And the Six of Pentacles is all about like sharing the wealth and sharing the spiritual wealth and sharing and even like money, and it's pentacles. So money, if you're seeking it, is coming, all right? But remember, you got to vibrate at that high frequency, and you got to really you know how the law of attraction works. I don't need to anyway, but it could be you that is, you know, being that support for others anyway, because you're becoming a big leader, and a lot of you already have. The third week we move into Gemini season. You Venus trine Mars. There's just too much happening. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you with the third week of May. King of Cups, look at you go with that Ace of Cups too. Oh my goodness, you're good. Okay, so the King of Cups, yeah. You are becoming the rock for others. He is a big leader, and this is someone who has a lot of self-love, and a lot of empathy, and you know, he's very intuitive. Really, you're good. You're good. Emotional stability. Now, the last week, as you know, Saturn and it was joining Neptune in Aries, and we have the new moon in Gemini, but we have like 6 or 7 incredible aspects that's bolstering everything that's happening. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of May. Oh my. Remember, I said circle the entire last week of May. You just got the 4 of Wands. So I'm going to give you 2 reasons why this is such a big deal. A, this is milestones. This is getting married. You see the couple here? This is getting proposed to. This is just milestones in general. This is starting your business. This is having a baby. You already got that Ace of Cups. This is freedom. They're outside of the castle. This is you feeling free and excited. And there's so much merrymaking. And it's one, so it can be career. Okay? Something that you're big milestone happening with that new moon in Gemini, one of the best of the year. But the other reason why this is such a big deal is because this card is attributed to Venus in Aries. And Venus is going to be in Aries all month in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. Let's see the couple. Legal matters, marriage, one-on-one relationships. You're good. Libra, thanks so much. Oh, yeah. And oh, gosh. Okay. Second spread. You see, I got 2 decks here. I got 2 decks. We're gonna get into it. Okay. We're gonna look at love. We're gonna look at career. We're gonna look at everything. So tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. We have so much fun. And Libra, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Get excited. This is one of a kind. This is one of a kind. I cannot believe this. You saw that Ace of Cups pop out. Next week we'll go deeper in the aspects. All right. I love y'all. See you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.